Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler 2 with me, you heard 37. So our last flight, we were still been in the Twin Otter. I can't remember exactly where we flew that, because I just positioned it for another flight. This is going to be KMDQ, which is in Huntsville, Alabama, over to Memphis. KMEM, of course, Memphis, we have a base over there. And so I think we have like 2 more flights in the Twin Otter before we actually switch over. The next plane, I just bought one because I'm going to get that started with Caitlin and some cargo jobs and everything. This is going to be the B1900D. That's the Air Aviation one. It's actually not Air anymore. I think it's Raven. It's one of those Alaska Airlines. We're not actually going to fly that one. We're going to fly, there's another one. It's like, I'm not going to get too into it now, but it's like the United Express or something. We'll fly that. But yeah, for this episode, I guess we got, like I say, 2 more, including this one. So like I said, this one we're going to go over to Memphis, where our base is. And if we check this out, our FedEx one, I think I've got everything loaded up. Yeah, computer games, 2,649 pounds. We've got enough fuel for 270 miles, and let's see, it's only 168 miles. Let's check everything out in FS Commander. As you can see, the wind is coming from the north, a little bit northeast or northwest. So what we're going to do is take off on runway 36. That's a heading of 004 degrees. You can see it's not the best weather. I just flew in there. It wasn't too bad. A little bit windy, but not too bad, really. And over here in Memphis, we're going to land on, you can see the wind is coming from the north as well here. We're going to land on 36 right. That's a heading of 360 degrees. The airport elevation is 285 feet. And so what we're going to do, we're not going to do, you know, like pattern work or anything, because it's a huge international airport. I think it's, yeah, international. So we'll just fly over here and come in on 36 right. There is ILS if we wanted it. That's 111.35. We're not going to worry about patterns and stuff, like I said, at huge airports like that, because normally you know, the tower's going to bring you in, so we're not going to mess with that. We'll just do straight in. Alright, so let's go ahead and fly this now. We've got our FedEx. I've got everybody doing training right now. Actually, I'm going to show you that real quick. I hate how we have to actually do that. You have to cancel all the routes. You don't have to delete the routes. You just have to make everybody get off them, which I wish you could just like, be like, you know, because this is the weekend. They got like Saturday and Sunday off. So I wish they could just, you know, move them over. But you got to cancel all. It takes a while. Now I've got all these people training. Hired a few more people so we can get people in the Skyhawks, so we can move people into the bigger planes, the Twin Otters, because they're going to be ready to do passenger flights with those. Alright, so fly now. Got our FedEx, like I said. We're all loaded up. 1,054 pounds of fuel. We've got all of our cargo. And when you fly out to the west, VFR, so we'll just go 8,500 feet, I figure. We'll be fine. Move that back a little bit. So about, what was that, 1232, I think it should be. Last position, because I just flew her in. And with that, let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane. Just got her shut down. You see, it's pretty cloudy here. Not too bad, though, just really cloudy. A lot better than where I am. We just got a bunch of rain and ice, unfortunately. Oh, well. Alright, so parking brake on. I just moved the plane, actually, so I got the little pop-up thing already from Air Hauler, but we'll get this thing started up. Let's go ahead and turn the DC master switch on. I've got an external power. Bus ties goes to normal. I turn on the anti-collision and position lights. Let's go ahead and left engine. 10%. Give her the fuel. Just messing with my, get those meshes off while we watch it. Alright, left engine is good. Generator, reset and on. Let's go for the right engine. There's our 10%. Give her fuel. Alright, that looks good as well. Right generator, resetting on. Pitot heat, go ahead and turn that on. I guess we can do the bleed airs. Windshield heat on. Definitely going to need that. I'm going to put this in auto for the de-icer boots. On the way over here to KMDQ, we actually, everything froze over. The engines, it was right as we were starting to descend, the engines quit on me. It was really weird because you could still hear the engine sound, so it took me a while to figure out that the engines actually weren't working because couldn't see anything move. Luckily I was able to get them restarted because I tried to restart it once and I didn't know that it was frozen over, so I got everything going. I was actually ended up getting everything started back. It was kind of crappy. Parking brake is off. We'll go ahead and push back. I'm going to set this to 8,500. Oop, this 8,600, 85,004. There we go. Alright, we can go ahead and stop the pushback. Let's flip our taxi light on real quick. There we go. Setting the flaps to 20, which is probably well more than enough. We'll get this resizing out of the way as well. 1200. It's weird, sometimes that comes up as 1234. And you gotta adjust it. But sometimes it comes up as 1200 on here, which is obviously what you want. We can get on the runway right straight ahead of us, and that should be plenty of room. This thing, as always, this thing gets up pretty quick. We have a fair amount of cargo in here, you know, 2,649 pounds. As you can see, fuel, we're less than 50% in the two main tanks. The wing tanks are empty. So it's not like we've got a whole lot of weight here. So we'll probably use the de-ice as we're cruising, by the way. Stop her right here. Plenty of room. Oh, you know what? See, I keep forgetting because we never used ATC for the longest time. I do need to remember to use that. Runway 36. We're heading out to the west. I gotta try and remember to keep doing that now. Although at Memphis, obviously, we're not gonna use ATC because it's such a huge airport. The ATC there on the tower. Transponder coming on. Landing lights are on. And the strobe lights are on. Stabilizer de-ice pressure. It's kind of weird that those come on because you get some of that up here. The stabilizer de-ice boots. I don't quite get it. So I don't know if it's going to happen automatically or not. It obviously didn't last flight. Wow, that is a lot shorter than I thought. We may not have plenty of room. Come out to the left just a little bit. Oh, that's a lot less room than I thought we had. Come on, plane. I need you to, like, settle quickly. I don't want to have to use any more room than necessary to get lined up. Alright, I'm going to bring up the power. Not quite full power. Alright, off the brakes. Nah, we'll get her just fine. 80, I'm going to go ahead and rotate. Yeah, man, the Twin Otter, it's crazy. Flaps going to 10. Alright. Retracting the flaps, air hauler 2's got us. Alright, we'll bring that nose up now. Yaw damper's on. I sometimes forget that a lot in this plane. Because usually it's up around the autopilot, where the control is, but obviously on this one it isn't. And we'll head out on over to the west, to Memphis. I think that's probably where we'll base our Twin Otters for passenger flights. I'm not sure where we should fly them to. They're not all that quick. They do hold 19 people, which is great for making money. They just don't go all that fast. That the B1900D will do quite well though, which is next up. That's when we start when it feels like we get into real passenger flights, when we start flying those things. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on the autopilot. I'm going to bring the nose up just a little bit. Indicated airspeed. So how much power we got? That's 86%. It's more than what we normally use. So I'm going to bring down the power just a little bit, because I notice we're climbing at 2,000 feet a minute, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it is quite quick. I'm going to have her fly straight here. And then we'll switch over to nav. We're 165 miles away. Let's take a look outside. Oh, right as we get into the clouds. Should have looked sooner. Let's see a little bit. Airport's on over that way. Huntsville. I don't think this is the main airport. I thought this said maybe Huntsville Executive or something. There might be another one, a bigger one in the Huntsville area. I'm not really sure. I'm surprised that when I saw Huntsville, I was like, are we in Alabama? Because it's like, we're pretty close to Memphis. We're really close to the Tennessee border, but this at Huntsville, and we're pretty close to Atlanta here, so I guess that's where all three states kind of join in this area, I guess. Checking everything to make sure we got everything correct. We got about 2,200 feet to go. 8,500 kept us out of the clouds last time. We were just above it, so hopefully we get that as well. 6,500 looks pretty good here. Hopefully 85 doesn't get us into any clouds, really, because like I say, it was a icing was a problem in the last flight. We'll see those lights keep coming on. Can't remember, see, it's the de-icer boots, but this is obviously on the outside of the wing, front side of the wing, I do believe. 1,000 feet to go. Of course, my problem was icing with the engine, I do believe. I thought it could be fuel, but it was pretty much the engine. As we were doing all that, I completely forgot to hit nav. Just overshot it a little bit. Bringing back the power. I didn't want to stop our climb that much as it shoots back up. Bring it down just a little bit more again. Come on, girl. 8,500. Man, we got up here pretty quick. So, prop de-ice, intake anti-ice. Now you can extend the. If I zoom in here, we can read it better. Oops. Intake deflection. I think that's mainly for the ground, though. That's what I was thinking. But I did mess with it last time, and we were alright, so I'm going to leave it off. A desired track is 278. Oops. 278. I'm going to go set my course 360. That is the heading of the runway for landing. 360. I'm going to increase the power a little bit. We have 100 miles worth of extra fuel, so we can get there a little bit quicker by upping the power. I'm going to put these to 80. Alright, and with that 158 miles, it says right around an hour or so. So I'll go ahead and speed her on up, and we will be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody, slowing it down to normal speed here. Got it set to go to 2,500. Might actually... I'll let her go down to probably like 2,000. Now, this happened last time when we left. I don't know why that wants to do that. It's like a wall. It makes no sense. So I'm going to pull back on the power just a little bit more. 111.35 was the ILS frequency. 35 and 111. Move that over. So the airport right over here to the right here. Hope we don't have any problems like out of memory or anything. It seems to be looking, yeah, right at 30. So it looks pretty good so far. Yeah, probably getting her down to 2,000 was a good idea. We're not far off the runways here. Didn't want to come out too much to the left, and it looks like we won't. So I'll probably let her go down a little bit more, all the way maybe to 1,500. If we're not going to be all that far. Can't really make it out just yet. Perhaps come out just a little bit more. Give us some time. Apparently we're a little bit closer than even I thought we were going to be. By the way, I'm going to go ahead up here. Turn the de-icing stuff off. Mute my mic for 1 second. Coming up on 1,500. Altitude hold. I've got everything back to 100% here on the props. I'm going to let it bring the speed down here, so we can get the flaps out. Yeah, man, we were a lot closer than I thought we were going to end up being. Alright, flaps to 10. Speed coming down. You see, we're on the closest runway as well. Yeah, see how close we are? I mean, I wanted to come in close, but daggone, I didn't want to come in this close. Looks like it's going to be also right over here. That could be a taxiway. Yaw damper off. Autopilot off. Flaps going to 20. See if I can get her set up here. So see, I don't want to get confused about exactly which one is which here. Don't tell me it's this one right here. There it is, right there. So that's going to be left, center. Now, is that going to be right? Yeah. Although the nav on here says that we're still over. Like it has us needing to get over more, but this is 36 right. And it doesn't go all the way up, and it looks correct because you can see this one stopped short. I gotta trim this thing a little bit better. It keeps wanting to bring the nose up. You can see we're obviously high here. I'll bring her down a little bit. There's Pappy lights off to the right. Yeah, you cannot make them out at all. It's got to be 4 white though, because I know we're high. There's the wind. It's been happening a lot lately. Get wind injections right as we're on final. I'm gonna add some power because we're getting a little low. I might have 2 white, 2 red. It's really hard to see. And I get that there's some more wind. Oh, we gotta hit the power here. It's gonna balloon us up so much. I don't want to come down too hard. Man, we got some wind problems there a couple times. It looked like we were kind of hard. It says smooth. There's a couple times we got hit there with the wind, and it really started to drop us. There's a real issue. I'm actually going to go over here to the right. I know that there's some parking partway up here. Well, shit, that doesn't go all the way over. Now does it? We'll have to go on up. Flaps are retracted. Yeah, I know that there's some parking. The FedEx is way over there. We just lost our GPS. Everything kind of came off. So what is going on here? And there's some parking off part way up though. It was like we lost power there for a second. And we had blinking textures there, the white, which happens on occasion. I don't know why. That was kind of a hairy landing. It looked like it was going to go all right until we kept getting that wind injected. Alright, there is a turnoff there to the right. Because I didn't want to have to go all the way to the end. That way on the next flight when we're flying out of here, it doesn't matter which way the wind is going. If we only have to go part way up, we'll be good. Unless the wind is coming from the east or west, which it was last time. Here we go. Pull right over here. Alright, parking brake for a second. Landing lights. The strobes can go off. Stop that. Pitot heat can go off. Transponder off as well. Stop the recording. And I'm thinking that the parking was over to the left. It could be right here for all I know. We'll go up a little bit. It looks like there's a plane sitting over there. That's actually part of the building. It does look like you can park right over there. Or you'd have to go all the way to the end there. I kind of say park right over here. Why not? Nobody else is parked there, but I think that's just the AI stuff. World of AI. Like I said, I should have taken that out, and maybe we could see a whole bunch of FedEx planes at Memphis. That would be really, really cool. And those lines just went off, the taxi lines. That was weird. Truck sitting here, so we'll have to go around him. Looks like freight truck sitting over there. What is this, military? I don't know. It did look like there's a couple planes sitting over here. I can't see it any better there. Oh, we've got lines again. Kind of interested to see who exactly that is. Kind of looks like white and gray there on the stabilizers. I don't know. That's why I thought it could be military. Where do we even park? Where do we even park? It's just kind of a big open area again. I know where we're gonna park. Right over by this guy. Right over by that guy. Right over by the light pole. Come on, girl. I don't know if they're put everyone diagonally or what. Come on, plane. Sometimes she's a real bitch to taxi with. Our GPS keeps going out. I'm just going to stop her right here. I'm not going to mess with her anymore. She's getting testy. Parking brake coming off. Taxi light can go off as well. No smoking, anti-collision. That's all good. Let's turn the bleeders off. I think we've got everything off that we need. Turn the generators off. Why is that on external power? I know that that wasn't correct. I know we didn't have it like that before. Cut the fuel. Window heat, you can go off. We'll just turn everything off. DC master switch. I want to look real quick. That does look like military. It's got to be military. But see, I've got EZDok set up to go so slow. It'll take forever. It's got to be a military. There's just a couple planes over there. That's weird. That's the only like planes here. Alright, so let's go over to Air Hauler 2 and get paid. Alright, so let's go ahead and unload our cargo here. I think that paid a pretty penny at 19 grand. That was 24 off the top of my head, but 19 grand, so fuel and everything will be a little less. But still a pretty good paying job there for only, what, 168 miles. So finish the flight monitoring. Alright, so smooth landing. Took off at 5:41, landed at 6:57. It was actually an hour and 16 minutes. Takeoff fuel 1,027 pounds, landing with 387. So we actually did use a lot of fuel. Max altitude 8,561 feet. Max pitch negative 11.46. Max roll negative 24.96. Max speed 163.1 knots. Minimum G's 0.86. Minimum G's exceeds 0. Max G's 1.36. Max G's exceeds 0. Stall false. Overspeed false. Runway description smooth. Gear down true. Land on concrete. No damage to the runway. No damage to the plane. Came down 148.97 feet a minute. Landing speed was 59.62 knots. Landing pitch negative 4.81. Landing roll negative 0.127. Landing heading 359. Wind speed 5. Direction 358. Wait for Air Hauler 2 here. And that's one of those things, like, sometimes it just takes a while or you got to close down to get it, stuff to go away. They've never fixed that. Everybody in training, which is really nice. Like I said, next, well, we got one more flight in the Twin Otter. Then we'll move over to the 1900D. I've got it from Coronado. So it should be a good plane to fly. It's very similar to the inside to like the King Air 350 and everything. It's just a little bit bigger. I can't remember how many people it holds or anything. I think it is probably. So we've got cargo configuration. Oh, come on. There we go. So I paid $2.7 million for it. Passenger 19, which is going to be alright. So the same as the Twin Otter, actually. It just is faster and everything. Yeah, 220 where it's like 120 knot cruise speed. I should move that up, though, a little bit on the Twin Otter, because quite honest, we cruise a lot faster than 120, and our AI pilot should too, as well. And you can see the cargo capacity, 3,301, up from 29. It's only about 400 more pounds. But it just seemed like a bigger plane. Anyhow, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. Hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.